Okay, here's the stuff we're mostly using. Well, probably some other stuff too. Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. And we are going to be making some mini journals in a Halloweenish theme. Okay. On behalf of October Halloweenisms. So the images I'm using are all from the Graphics Fairy, the free site, okay? I like their stuff. Anyway, link in the description box below to their channel. If I can find a link to their site, I'll put that too. So anyway, I have already printed off my images. I have cut them out. And I have also inked around them because y'all know how to fussy cut and y'all know how to ink around stuff if you want to ink around stuff, okay? Now I've got these papers from whatever paper pad it was. Oh, there's a list of ingredients in the description box below the video, okay? And these papers that I'm using did come out of the same paper pad. So we're stamping some stuff. And then I have some black tissue. And we'll get to that in a minute, any day. So I've cut these down to size. Make it, the little mini journal. And I had a plan, but I didn't make a prototype, y'all. Oh, we have these Dollar Tree stickers, I think I got these after the $1.25 increase. And I got 2 packages of each of the stickers that I liked. They are a 3D type sticker. So they don't come 2 sheets in a package. It's 1 sheet in a package. I just happen to have 2 packages. Anywho bowls. We're moving along. This is not an overly decorated little journal, okay? It's semi-naked, okay? It has underpants on, let's just say that. Whoever gets these can further embellish and or decorate and or rip apart if that's what they want to do. Okay? Because, that. We're going to make we're going to do that next. What are we doing? Oh, we're going to make, this is the black tissue paper. There's a shiny side and a dull side. I am on the dull side. I do not think this is wet strength tissue. Actually, I'm probably really sure it's not. It's just black tissue, y'all. And, it's all the rage sometimes. You see it. So, anyway, I wanted to use it. And I've got that fancy dancy Bubbles, I think it's called Bubbles, stamp from Timmy. And, I paid full price for it. Y'all know I don't do that very often. So anyway, we're going to do some heat embossing on it. Now, because this is black and because it is pretty porous, the embossing is almost a hit and miss. Almost. I mean, it does pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. And using a tiger lily. And just let me say about this tiger lily, that little powdery stuff gets everywhere. I've never had any of my powders be so scattery as the tiger lily. Just saying. It's a wonderful color though. Any hooba-doobles. We're fixing to get the heat gun, y'all. I'm warming it up. I'm stalling for time, warming it up. And it takes just a little bit. I thought it seemed to have taken a little long, considering this is thin tissue paper. And I'm thinking the reason for that, if you won't be scientifical experimental, which I sometimes am, is because some of the little powder granules get down in the weave of the tissue paper and it doesn't melt quite as readily. Now I used, I'm making 6 different little things. Well, they're the same, but 6 different ones. And I used the orange, I used a fern green, and I used another green that when it melted, it became translucent, which I figured it would on account of it is a really old embossing powder, and it's what is these days called a glaze, okay? So it just looks like plain clear, and which you'll see at some point or another. I'll flippy through some of them, or maybe all of them. I don't know. Video's about 23 minutes. Not quite, but close enough to be considered 23. So we're going to make a little cluster of sorts. I've got a little scrap of the orange paper there. A little piece of hibiscus dyed lace, fabrifix, and a torn off piece of hibiscus dyed book page. It's simple little layer, y'all. Simple. Got a little lace on there. Gonna put a little book page on there. And then we're gonna put, we're gonna stamp on it. And we're gonna put a little paper doll on there, y'all. I love my paper dolls. Just saying. I almost think you can have too many of them. But could you really? I mean, seriously, have too many paper dolls? So, there we go. Love that Stiches stamp. It's unbranded, just saying. I got it on the Amazons. Faux stitches. Love it. Works great. Makes me happy. And now we're going to glue this on the tissue paper, the little folio, because it's folio. It's cut to a certain size, folded in half, and becomes folio. Gluing it down there in the corner. So each page has a little something on it. Not much, just a little something, okay? And now we're moving on to making a little journaling tag of sorts. It's with the gray paper from that same pack, scrap. And again, this is an unbranded stamp set from the Amazons. And it's mostly to give the appearance of texture in your background, okay? Okay. So, look at that. Just wiping them off, because sometimes y'all need to see to wipe them off. I just use plain old water and a painty rag, okay? Okay. Which is an old washcloth from in the house. You know, when they get old and ratty, then you move them out to the studio, because they're still usable. They're cotton. Well, if you have the cotton ones anyway. So trimming that down the size of the actual stamped image, and that's going to go in the little back pocket there. The journals are not exactly the same, but they're mostly the same. Now, I have cut cardstock to the size of my outside, my journal cover, my little mini covers, and I have embossed this one with the 3D embossing folder, and I don't know what it's called, but to me it looks like a leather, tooled leather, okay? And then I also have a different paper that I embossed with the a bricks embossing folder, okay? And I'm just rubbing over that with vermillion, which is a red, archival ink, and as long as you keep your little foam blending tool thingy pretty flat, it does stay on the mostly raised surfaces, okay? So, this is the one with the bricks. I'm just bringing it out. Why did I choose red? Because I thought it would look bloody. Whoa. Eek, and all that other kind of scary word sound stuff. Yeah, Halloweenisms. So there we go with that. Now, we're going to glue both layers of the cardstock together with the ink side on the bottom, and I'm using Yes Paste. As you know, it's ooey gooey, sticky, ooey ooey. Don't mix it with wet glue. Don't do it. And I'm putting that on there. It's not super thin, but it's not super thick either. Wiping my surface off because I don't want to muss up the front of my journal cover. Okay? Drying that off. And this, I'm working on a very thin silicone mat. And I have this, I think it was a table runner that I got from the Dollar Tree back when it was $1, way back a few years ago. if not more. Right? I think. I'm not going to swear to it. Anyway, it was a table runner. Had a little spotty webs on it. Anyway, using that for my lace bits. And this is the inside. Again, I'm putting the Yes paste on the opposite side from the inking. Okay. Thinnish, but not too thin, if that makes, excuse me, any sense. Wiping up the gooey mess, drying the gooey mess. And I'm going to put that on the end. This is going to be the inside cover. And as you can see, the lace bits are getting sandwiched in between the cardstock. We're going to roller it out so it gets all happily married. And then at some point, I make sure all my little edges are smooshed in and all that good stuff. And then we just set that aside to dry. And we proceed on with the other 5 covers. Like I said, I'm making 6 of them. They're the same, but the images are different in each one. The images for graphics fairies are different from each one. And the little paper dolls are different in each one. So they're the same, but they're different. You know? Anyway. Again, I guess I'm going to show you that again. Putting it on. We'll make sure you get your edges pretty good. Yes paste is not overly wet, so it's not going to make the embossed come out of it. Oh, and when I do emboss 3D folders or regular embossing folders, I spritz it with water. Now, I have a little 2-ounce spritzer bottle. It's got a very fine mist on it. And I use distilled water in all my tools in the studio. You want distilled water. And in my, the one I use for the embossing folders, I have a couple of drops of mineral oil. No, not mineral oil. What's that other oil? Maybe it is mineral oil. Oh, I'll have to look and put it in the description box below because now I can't think of the name of it. And to me, it really helps. So, it's very hard to score on textured stuff. So, in real life, I went real slow. The video is real sped up. Okay? And I'm putting at the 3-inch and the 3 1/4 inch, or is that 3 1/8, whatever it is, so that I have a teeny tiny spine, even though the folios are folded to a point. Okay, and they are still slightly damp. They are not 100% dry at this point. All right. Now here comes our little folio, or signature in this case, because it's 3 folios put together and now it's a signature. And we're just going to use our long arm stapler, aka the Texas size stapler, y'all. And see, that's the one that I did the glazed green embossing powder. See, it comes out black. It's cool. Cool, neato beato, y'all. So I'm clipping that in there, and I'm going to center it up. And they came out pretty centered. Not perfectly, but they're perfect, y'all. And doing that, just stapling down. 2 little staples is plenty. Come apart. Just making sure my little staple ends are smooshed in there. This way your pretty side is on the outside of the journal, and the pokey ends inside. So just a quick little flip through. Oh. No pocket. Well, no. Well, it does have pockets, doesn't it? I use the little images as pockets. Y'all, they're so cute. So now we're going to make a flat pin. And I chose a broom. Now I'm using little mini pins from the Dollar Tree back when it was $1, because I have a bunch of them. I need to use them, y'all. So we're stamping with black soot. And you got to, let that set and absorb into your paper, because I'm using cardstock. Y'all know I love my cardstock. It's about like paper dolls, y'all. Just saying. So doing that. And I put two layers of the black soot. And we're going to do some more heat embossing. Just hang on. Got to clean the black soot off. I don't have to, but I wanted to. Okay? Okay, just dibble dobble. Now, getting out my little anti-static pillow, and we're going to use the embossing ink, heat embossing ink, stampabilities for me. And we're going to put that on there, bringing back my little scratch paper, holding that so it transfers over pretty good. You can actually do the embossing ink twice if you want to. And now I'm adding what appears to be clear, but it's not clear. Glow in the dark embossing powder. It works. You gotta have a lot of sunshine on it or light. I don't know if it works with the LED lights. I don't know. That could be an issue. Anyway, heating that up with the heat gun, y'all. And you may not be able to see on your screen, but I could tell in real life where it was melted at. Okay, now we've got cooled it off. And on some of these, I fold over the one side and fold it sort of in the middle, depending on how well I cut the paper, the cardstock. Pre-folding, which I recommend. Just getting a little shape around the little stars down there. Now we're going to put, get my pen, get my glue, whatever I'm reaching for. I don't know. Getting the glue. And I'm putting my favorite, Aleene's Original Tacky Glue. Now, by the time you let this set momentarily, and I do mean momentarily. I mean, it's not even a full minute. Just like that, see? Reach for the pen, test the pen to make sure it works. You want to do that. Trust me on that, y'all. Putting it in there. Now I'm going to smoosh it together. Now the cardstock has now become dampened, which means it's slightly malleable from the glue, okay? And I'm kind of pressing it around the pen on the back side. I didn't decorate the back side because, I didn't. So here's some already made. This one is dry, and I'm just trimming around-ish, not totally fussy cutting, just trimming around it somewhat, okay? And we're going to do that one more time. Now this one I'm going to fold in half because it's more butter to fold this one in half. And we're going to do the same thing, just so I know where to put my little pen nib. Now, if you're going to do flat pens, please note that some pens have a flat nib and some have a more of a rounded barrel nib, okay? You want the flat nib if you can get it. And these are mini pens, which means they are like half the size length of a normal ink pen, okay? Okay. So, now I'm going to ink around the flat pen that's already dried. This is a dried one. Just inking around it and inking around it. And across the broom there, there's a little thing that ties the dried grass on the broom. And I thought, well, let's just put a little orange stripe on there. So I did. Minimum decorations, y'all, like I said. And then I realized they don't want to stay shut so well. So I thought, well, we better make a closure. So I decided we would take some paper clips. I wanted to use black paper clips, but I didn't have black paper clips. And I thought, well, we'll just use the green then. But I only had 3 greens. And I'm like, well, okay, well, we'll get 3 greens and 3 purples because, that's what we'll do. So we've got little scraps of our lace. We've threaded that onto the big paper clips. These are the jumbo paper clip size, I think. And I have some little skinny orange orange ribbon. And we're just going to tie that around there sort of like a tassel. It's like a tassel, y'all. And doing that. And, you want your ribbon a little extra long so you can tie it. Because I'm just tying a knot. Just a granny knot or a double knot. I don't know what it is. I'm putting 2 knots in it. Granny knottage. And not a square knot. Probably not a square knot. I don't know. And trimming off the little oranges I saw fit. And we will use that for our closure. Okay. Here comes our little flippies. So they're the same, but they're different. They all get that image. They get different images. And that's a little sticker from my secret internet admirer. And, yep. There's our flat pen and our little journaling spot. There's plenty of room to decorate on these with whoever gets them. Or they can rip it apart if they want to. Because, you know, once I mail it off, it's not mine anymore. Just saying. There's the green one. Okay. Okay. I think they're cute. I'm pretty stinking happy with them, y'all. Just saying. That one's green. One was orange, not green. Bless my heart, I don't even know. Or maybe I showed two green ones. One's going to be orange and some's going to be... Two are orange, two are green, and two are black. My goodness, y'all. Get my story straight, will I? I don't know. Maybe one day. So they're different, but they're the same. They're the same, but they're different. Okay? So that one's got a little boogered up on the pocket, but that's okay. Gotta love it anyway. It's perfect. Oh. Ta-da! Photo montage. Glow in the dark flat broom pins. Y'all. I hope you are enjoying the fall season, even autumn season. Okay. These are cute Halloweenisms. I think it's cute. Made me happy to make them. It took me a couple of days. Because one day I got everything lined out and how I wanted to do it. And then the next day is when I actually did the filming. So, because, you know, prep work sometimes takes a minute or 20. Just saying. I tried to show you each of the paper dolls. I don't know. And some of the paper dolls I trimmed around to make their skirts a little more narrow because, you know, they had really pokey-outy skirts on some of them. It is a big photo montage, y'all. And they got different stickers in there. Those are stickers that you can put like on a bottle or whatever you want to put them on. Whatever, y'all. Whatever. Make me happy. I love the addition of the lace. I could have put it at the bottom and the top, but for some reason I just wanted it right there on the edge of the cover, front and back. Couple of them have boys, couple of them have girls. Well, I guess it's more than a couple, but whatever. Who's counting? Me. I was counting. They make me happy, y'all. I hope whoever gets them are happy and that you let me know you got them because I appreciate that kind of thing. Keeps you on my card lottery list, which I'm thinking about stopping now that I said that. I don't know. Thanks for watching and happy arting, y'all. Boo! Did I scare you?